Hi, everyone. Sure hope you're having a great day. After a round of showers and thunderstorms, severe weather, large hail, torrential downpours, and a possible tornado, well, we're not over yet. We still have a lot more activity heading our way. This is just going to be broad brushing the big picture. We'll dive into the details on the local level here in just a moment. But you can see how the activity is going to increase as we get into the evening and through the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. Then the cold front's going to swing its way on through, and that's going to bring us much nicer weather as we head into the upcoming weekend. That storm threat's going to continue to be on the high side, from damaging winds to tornadoes, large hail, and localized flooding and flash flooding. When you break it down with your futurecast, I'm a little concerned with the sunshine that we've seen already throughout the day today. Some of us have seen some decent sunshine, so we're going to have to watch out for some of those discrete cells coming in out of the south. But the main event's going to come through later on this evening and during the overnight hours, and that's going to bring us torrential downpours around the area, and that's going to lead to the potential for some localized flooding and flash flooding, not to mention the possibility of more tornadoes. So when you look at your severe weather outlook by the Storm Prediction Center, they have expanded the level 3 risk for severe weather to extend all the way over into North Carolina and down into parts of Georgia as well. When you break it down by category, we still have the elevated tornado risk and a strong tornado risk across parts of the Cumberland Plateau. The hail outlook still has remained fairly unchanged, but we've taken that, or they have taken that significant hail risk a little bit further to our west. So that's good news for us, but still with that said, damaging wind and very heavy rainfall is going to lead to localized flooding. So I'm really concerned about the flooding and flash flooding potential, because you saw those storms today. They packed a punch for sure, and they dropped a lot of rain in a short amount of time. So remember, as the Storm Prediction Center issues a watch, if we were get underneath any sort of severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch, that's going to be several states. It's going to last for hours. It's going to last through the nighttime hours. So make a plan. But remember, as a warning gets issued, as tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, you need to take action immediately, and you only have minutes to do that. So what are those safe places to be as we head into the evening and overnight hours? Something to keep in mind in the back of your head. Not everyone lives in a brick home, right? But a mobile and manufactured home, those are going to be the worst locations. Large rooms, vehicles underneath overpasses. Find another option if you can. A safer place would be an interior room of a well-constructed home or building, but the best location, a tornado shelter and or a basement. What do we take with us? Well, all of our safety gear, right? Make sure your cell phones are all charged up for the rest of the day today into the evening and overnight hours. Make sure you have some flashlights, because we're likely to have some power outages. We already had some throughout the day already, and water and weather radio. And of course, the East Tennessee Weather app. We'll be broadcasting live through the app and on all East Tennessee weather platforms through the evening and overnight hours as needed. So your forecast rainfall, again, this is the potential. I wouldn't dive into the details specifically on numbers, but just the idea is there that we have a juicy atmosphere that's going to lead to locally heavy rainfall and the potential for some localized flooding and flash flooding. We also have a product called the Futurecast Rotation. This will give us an idea of where the rotation is in the atmosphere. Well, as we get into the evening hours, if we get some of those discrete cells, we may have some rotating supercell thunderstorms. But what I'm also concerned with is what's going to happen through the overnight hours. As that rotation forecast is showing, we have the possibility of that. And that's why the tornado threat is continuing to be with us. And so something to kind of keep in mind. We're also looking at quite a bit of instability across the area, okay? So a lot of potential for rotation, instability. The atmosphere is primed for severe weather. And so as we continue through the overnight hours, you can see how that rotation potential is going to be swinging its way on into the area. Storm energy, that's convective available potential energy. This is called also CAPE. It's the buoyancy in the atmosphere, and we've got a lot of buoyant air in there. And so as storms climb up in the atmosphere, they'll rise freely on their own, and that's what creates very strong and severe thunderstorms, producing heavy rainfall, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes, and large hail. So the flood risk, yeah, it continues all the way through tomorrow morning. So that's why we have a flash flood watch in effect until 8 o'clock on Thursday morning to encompass all of East Tennessee. And again, it's not just here locally in East Tennessee, it's around the entire region. As you saw, this storm system is going to pack a punch. But as the cold front swings through, we'll start to see improving conditions. The severe weather risk starts to fade away, and we're looking at a really nice weekend. So once again, let's recap what we're looking at for the rest of the evening and into the overnight hours. Severe weather expected to break out. You can really see the evolution of the storm system as the center of low pressure tracks its way across the Ohio Valley. Rain chances fade away as we get into the weekend. Better weather is on the way, and cooler weather. While we've been in the 80s all week long, we'll drop down into the 70s, below average as we get into the weekend and the start of next week. But not too terribly cold when it comes to those low temperatures. The chilliest morning will come through, so say Saturday and Sunday. We'll be in the upper 40s to low 50s. So again, have a way to receive that weather information. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's easy to do so. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word. It's everything you need to know. I will be broadcasting live through the app and, of course, on all East Tennessee Weather platform forums. That's Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, all social media, and, of course, easttnweather.com and the East Tennessee Weather app. We sure hope you have a wonderful and safe night. Make sure you chime in as we get into the evening hours. We'll see you back here soon.